$100 billion. That's how much it will cost the government to overhaul the public sector compensation system over 3 years. The announcement came from Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Dr. Nigel Clark, as he delivered the opening presentation in the 2022-2023 budget debate in the House of Representatives. Dr. Clark highlighted the benefits of the exercise.
We will reform public sector compensation and restore a better, fairer, simpler and more transparent compensation system. It will be characterized by simplicity, better efficiency, improved pension and greater transparency for the individual and for the country, and ultimately will be a contributing factor to better quality service.
Under the theme Recovery, Reform and Restoration, the Finance Minister says while implementation is slated to commence on April 1, 2022, it doesn't mean it will be reflected in the April paycheck.
First, we want to have the opportunity to continue our engagement with public sector unions and bargaining groups and to provide more information and to fine-tune the system. We then propose, Madam Speaker, that early in the second quarter of the new fiscal year, the implementation will begin, but it will be effective, retroactive to April 1st, 2022. Every public sector employee will know from before what your salary will be this year, what it will be next year, and what it will be the third year, when we have completed the implementation of the new compensation system. You will have clarity and you will have transparency.
Dr. Clark made it clear this will be a new system, and once implemented, more will be expected of public servants, members of parliament and ministers. He says the new changes will lead to a significant rise in the wage bill, which will likely breach the wage to GDP target of 9% in Jamaica's fiscal responsibility laws. He added that the appropriate legislative amendment will be made this year.
With the start of compensation restructuring, the wage to GDP ratios are projected to be 11.4%, and this has already prompted concern. This reform is happening in a context where, as I said before, Jamaica is not yet out of the woods. Our debt is still very high, and our economy remains vulnerable to potential shocks.
The current public sector compensation structure comprises of 325 salary scales and 185 allowances.